Come on. I ain't scared of you. I'm the best.
What is going on, guys? MJ2005 Gundam here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the high-grade Marsfour Gundam from Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise. So this here is basically all that came in the Marsfour Gundam package. So here we have the core Gundam real type colors. To me, it looks burnt, to say the least, because the main difference is that it has kind of like darker colors. For example, the yellow over here is the orange, the red here is the brown, and of course the eyes and sensors and of course the chest piece are in a yellow. It kind of like a semi-transparent yellow instead of this kind of full clear green. So the semi-transparent thing I'm not a fan of. I really would have wished it is a very like just fully clear yellow piece, but it's alright. However, yeah, as I said, it looks burnt because it just has relatively darker colors compared to the normal core Gundam. And the joints over here are black, pure black. In fact, it doesn't really deviate too much from the original core Gundam. And of course, over here you can see all the accessories, the shield, the beam spray gun, and of course the beam saber over here, which has yellow beams. And of course over here we do have 3 spare beams, so these are for the core beam sabers when it is combined into whatever form you choose. And here's the beam dagger over here, which acts as the beam sabers for the core Gundam. That's basically it. Articulation is the same, stickers are the same, eyes and sensors, and of course the scope for the spray gun, which I didn't use, I just realized, but it's just yellow. It's nothing really too special. It's all the stickers but in yellow. And that's basically it. The core Gundam in real type colors looks pretty dang. So for comparisons to the core Gundam, let's bring in the other 2 variants right here. So we have the G3 real type and the original. Which one do you like better? Personally, I do not know now, because I said I prefer the normal one in the V2 Gundam review, but now that the real type has came, I'm not so sure anymore. Because I do prefer some elements of the real type and some elements of the original. And the G3 does look good, but it's not my first preference because it just deviates a lot from the normal color scheme. But it's the same Gundam. We can mix and match and retrofit each other's parts into each other's frame. And then we move on to the Mars armor. The Mars armor, it really, man, it looks good, but with everything that it comes with, it doesn't really look the best because of course it is still missing something. And yeah, but it just doesn't do it for me. Like literally with the missing swords and all that kind of stuff, and with this adapter over here, it doesn't really do it for me. So let's bring in the Marsfour weapons. So over here we have the slash blades, the heat rev axe, and heat rev sword. So how do you mount this on? Well, take off the adapter first of all, and then basically plug this thing onto the armor over here, just like so. And then you plug the heat rev axe into the bum, like so, to act as a tail. And of course the heat rev sword over here just plugs onto here. But of course, you can choose to plug it on the right side instead of the left. But also, the heat rev axe does have a hole over here as well. So you could just plug the heat rev axe onto the other side. So it doesn't have a tail, but it has a blade on both sides. So it's really customizable, this shuttle unit of the armors. But in the official line art, the heat rev axe is stuck onto the back. So here is what the Mars armor truly looks like. And I got to say, with all the blades stuck onto the armor, I just love all the spice that came out of this design. The spice of the shoulder plates, the spice on the shield units, the spice of the swords, and of course the spice of the feet. I just love it. I just love how the Mars armor looks with the Marsfour weapons attached. So with all of this full equipment on, let's bring in the other armor. So here is the Venus armor with the V2 weapons, and here is the Earth armor. So which one of these do you like better? So without further ado, I'm gonna combine these two guys into the Marsfour Gundam. And first of all, I'm gonna be showing you with what it comes for in the package alone first before combining the Marsfour weapons into the Marsfour Gundam. So I'll be back. So here is the Marsfour Gundam with everything that it comes with. Now, I really like the burnt aesthetics of the real type core Gundam combined with the Mars armor because, let's face it, it's fiery in appearance, and I have to say, it does look good. The beam saber doesn't really fit it, in my opinion, because this thing being a melee suit and being a physical melee suit, a sudden beam weapon doesn't really suit it, but I guess it could function as emergency weapons. But of course, without the Marsfour weapons, this thing does lack a bit of oomph in appearance, but I have to say, just right out of the box, the spikes on the shins, the shoulders, and of course the claw units over here do add to the look. And this is why the Marsfour is my favorite among the core Gundam variants as of today, because of the spiky appearance. Of course, the shield units over here could have their claws flipped out, and they do look pretty good, but I couldn't see a practical use of them, apart from just scratching people like so. But of course, it's extra weaponry, so why not? But that's about all I could say about it, because articulation and all that kind of stuff is exactly the same as the Earth 3 Gundam, so if you want a more detailed look on that, please check out the Earth 3 Gundam review. But then, the adapter looks terrible, so let's just remove this adapter and plug on the Marsfour weapons. So this is what the Marsfour Gundam truly looks like. And yeah, as I said, the swords give it a lot of oomph, and that's basically about it. So the swords over here, they could be held in the hand by just taking apart the hand and plopping the swords into it. And of course, the Marsfour Gundam doesn't have any real weight issues holding it up. But the hand may start to pry open over time, so watch out for that. But then what's left over from the transformation, because I did ditch both of these weapons, you could of course have these blades stored on the backpack and have it hold the core spray gun and the core shield. But for a melee suit, it just feels out of place for it to have a gun. Like a straight up gun. Of course, I do know the slash blades do have guns in them because the beam emitters of the slash blades can fire beams. Just having a gun in a melee suit, it just doesn't fit it, like in my opinion. But of course, this is an option, so if you want to mess around with the weapons of your Marsfour Gundam, then you could go ahead and equip it with the gun. So for comparisons, I have to bring in the other variants of the core Gundam. So here we have the V2 Gundam in the core Gundam G3 colors, and here we have the Earth 3 Gundam right here. And don't worry, I will be playing a slideshow at the end of this review after the outro, in order for you guys to get a perspective of how these things will look in each other sets of armor. But with all of these three guys collected by me, I could definitely go ahead and mix and match and make the perfect core Gundam variant that I would like. This is the selling point of the core Gundams right here, is that you can mix and match armor pieces and even individual pieces of armor, like the spikes and the shoulder pieces over here. You can swap them around. And of course, for one last comparison, let's bring in the Gundam Justice Knight. This guy hasn't been even featured, but since the seemingly redemption arc is about to start, let's bring him back in. So that's gonna be it for the Marsfour Gundam. What do I think of this kit? Well, this thing does have the same problems as the V2 Gundam. It doesn't come with all the weapons, and ultimately, this thing costs 150 Hong Kong dollars to complete, which the Earth 3 Gundam doesn't suffer from because the Earth 3 has all of its weapons. While the main set doesn't provide you with everything to complete the overall looks and armaments of the Gundam, so this thing still falls flat in a 6 out of 10. So for the base core Gundam, I would definitely recommend it, but if you're looking for completion, you're not gonna get it here. The base kit, I would recommend it, but if you have to get it, get the Marsfour weapons as well. So that's it for me. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and also subscribe for more Gunpla reviews, Gunpla news, and all that kind of stuff. Subscribe to the featured channels on my channel page if you haven't, and check out the gallery in the end. Peace out. Bye bye.